Then once we're up to temperature and we're cruising along, we actually cruise along at about 107 degrees, okay, of coolant temperature. That is basically making the engine as efficient as we can. The oils are all nice and hot, okay. There's low friction in the engine, there's low friction, less fuel going in to propel it, less emissions coming out. Now what happens is we want some performance, okay, so we put our foot down. What actually happens at that point, we would normally enrich the mixture, okay, to give us some performance, but in this instance, because we're trying to run this engine at lambda 1 in all scenarios, so what we actually do is we introduce more cold coolant. We bring the cooling temperature down to about 85 degrees. By cooling the combustion chambers down, we now get a more dense charge. We get a better charge inside the engine, giving us more performance. So now we've used the throttle, we've overtaken, we've done what we want to do. Now we come back off the throttle. So all we're going to do now is we're going to reduce the amount of cold coolant coming in. We're going to bring that temperature, that coolant temperature, back up to 107 degrees. Okay, we're now going to run the engine in its most efficient and still operate the engine at lambda 1. Now, a short video just to try and take you through this cycle. So as we can see, we've got a plastic pump, so plastic, okay, it's lightweight, good resistance against calcification, cold coolant, and now we've started the engine. The engine is turning and starting to pump that coolant around. So all it's doing at the moment is just circulating around the engine through the turbocharger. As you can see, it's now gone from blue, it's getting now nice and pink, it's now getting hotter. We're trying to get it to a red colour. So as you can see, it's now warming up, okay, we've got up to just about 100 degrees, okay, just over. We've now opened our oil cooler return, so we're now heating up the engine oil as well, gearbox oil. So as you can see, we're getting close to 107 degrees. So down at the bottom here, now we're at part load. We're now cruising, okay. The coolant's nice and red, okay, it's 107 degrees, it's really hot, okay. Now we're going to go wide open throttle. So we adjust our motor, which actually now adjusts rotary slide 1, introduces more cold coolant into it. As you can see, we're bringing the temperature of the coolant down, bringing it back down to about 85 degrees. Okay, we've carried out our overtake maneuver, we've carried out our acceleration, we're now backing back off the throttle. Okay, we're now basically introducing less cold coolant, so now the system is heating up. Okay, it's getting hotter, back up to 107 degrees, okay, and we're back into cruise mode. Now, a couple of final things with the thermal management unit, a couple of important things to remember. When we're fitting these to the vehicle, we need to also set these up using our diagnostic machine. Okay, we need to put in the basic settings into this unit. Also, if you've got a cooling system problem, possibly being caused by the thermal management unit, it's always worth resetting the basic settings. When we're draining the system, okay, or we're refilling the system, there is a mode that we can go into with using the diagnostic machine, and it's called vent mode. Okay, it's important we open up the inside of the pump to allow the coolant to flow through. It also allows any air that's trapped in there to come back out. So remember, put it into vent mode, okay, and then carry out your basic settings.